What's up, Tub Talkers? We're back. It's episode number 24, and crazy to think that we're back in the tub. This is wild.
We psyched you guys out. No big deal.
Yeah, you guys thought it was over, but it wasn't.
Back better than ever.
Coop and I are back in Ironwood, and I think we might have talked about how we were going to come back for an episode in our last episode, which was the 23rd, which was, I don't know, the title was like our last episode or something, but
it was like the going away.
Yeah, but we're back, so back like we never left.
Back like we never left. We're pretty pumped about it. Reason we're back is we're running a hockey camp. No big deal hockey.
Yeah. This is kind of like our punchline. You guys know we would say no big deal like all the time in our episodes, and that's the reason we called the camp No Big Deal Hockey Camp. And it's from June 23rd to June 27th. So like by the time this is posted, it'll already happen. We're gonna post this on a Sunday, just like we used to always post on Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, maybe we'll get some TikToks out as well. Yeah, so Coop, you want to tell them about the camp and what we're doing?
Yeah, so Jack and I, wanted to come back and just kind of give back to the community, because Ironwood community was really good to us, and the people we met and the family we have here has been amazing, and we loved it here. So we wanted to come back and run this camp, and it's kind of a dryland hockey camp. So we usually do a workout in the morning, and then the kids do a little stick handling and shooting for the second hour, and it's been a lot of fun. Kids have been really dialed in. I think their skills have gotten better throughout the week, and it's been a lot of fun for us just to see these kids and get to talk to them again, because a lot of them are fans that we got to hang out with at games, and just to see them again and see how their hockey careers have been growing and their love for the game is still going is really cool to see, and it's just been awesome. It's been awesome.
Yeah,
week.
it's fun to help out with little kids, and I mean, a lot of them look up to us, so it's important to be a good role model and a good leader, and I feel like Cooper and I have been pretty good with that so far, and yeah, we're thankful to be in this position to give back.
Yeah.
We're lucky to have such a great foundation and community here in Ironwood that helped us and supported us through our hockey season, so we want to give back to the younger kids, the youth program. The Ironwood Polar Bears is like what they're called. There's even some kids that aren't even playing organized hockey that are at our camp, so it's cool to get people into the sport, and yeah, it's been fun.
It has been. And we've been able to hang out and do some different stuff. We got to play some disc golf, and we've been able to work out while we've been here, so that's been a plus.
Went to Lake Superior, looked for some agates, as the UP people call them. They call them the agates.
Yeah.
Didn't find any.
We went up to the falls, Rainbow Falls, got to swim a little bit. Did a nice hike. Trying to get around to golfing. We'll see how it goes.
Might have to try and do that tomorrow. We were gonna try and golf today, but it started raining. Yeah.
But no, it's just been fun just to be back and see the things we got to do, and got to go to Suffolk Street Eatery and get some food, so that was a plus.
Shout out
Suffolk. But yeah, just glad to be back and glad to get the tub talk rolling again. A lot of memories were made right in this tub.
Something that, speaking of memories, I don't remember you ever wearing a hat in a tub talk.
I think I wore hats a couple times.
Think so? Somebody fact check that. Comment.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know.
If Cooper's ever worn a hat in the hot tub.
Might have to take the hat off
on camera. He's worn it plenty of times, but like I don't know about on camera during a YouTube video. But I don't know, I'm trying to think back to like our thumbnails. I don't think you ever wore one. Maybe you did. Maybe I'm feeling off.
I feel like a couple times, not a lot though.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, should we get into our taste test?
Should we get in? Let's do it.
Alright, so for a little background story on this, Sam, which is our billet parents, Dan and Jeannie, their son-in-law made these cookies, and I think they're just normal M&M cookies. But I personally haven't even had one yet. I think Cooper,
I had
you
one,
had one,
that he
but
made earlier.
we're
this
gonna
year.
rate them. Sam, you might even be watching, so thank you for supplying the taste test for this episode.
Man, the myth, the legend, the Energizer Bunny from Iowa.
Yeah, that's his
But
nickname.
he wanted to get on a Tub Talk, so this is how we're sharing it. So, cheers, cheers, Sam.
Not bad.
They are pretty good.
I mean, it's like your typical cookie. I mean, I don't really know how to describe it.
I like it that it's like chewy.
Mm-hmm.
I like cookies that are usually chewy. I don't really like rock hard. Sometimes those are.
Yeah, I will say this is moist and chewy. That's good. Definitely one of the better homemade cookies I've had.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll give it like a 7.4.
Pretty good. I would say like for like a homemade cookie, give it like a 7.8, 8 maybe. Somewhere in that range. It was good. But we appreciate that and making those for us. So again, shout out Sam, absolute legend. Only got to meet him
He's a
for like
beauty.
a
Yeah.
day and a half, but
Yeah, I only really talked to him for like a couple. Only saw him for like a few hours, honestly.
yeah. But that was awesome. What else do we got? Well, we could try those later.
That's for later in the episode, I think.
No.
So Coop and I haven't seen each other for 2 months now, probably.
Yeah.
2-3 months. And we thought it'd be
Lots has happened though.
a lot has happened. So we were gonna interview each other. Usually when we have guests, we just interview the guests, but since we haven't seen each other in so long, we're just gonna interview each other. So I think we got some questions written down. I can think of mine off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
But so Coop, I could start first with the
Okay.
questions. I know you've been doing coaching for FCA hockey camps. Tell me
Yep.
about like where you've been. What's your day look like at a camp? Like what do you do?
Yeah, so I've been helping out with FCA hockey. First camp we did was in Lynchburg, Virginia. So flew out to that. The second camp we had was in Wilmer, Minnesota. Stayed out at a church camp that they have there. And then we actually did that in Lynchburg too. And then the third camp was in Marshall, Minnesota, and we stayed over at the colleges. There's a college in Marshall. But yeah, kind of how a day looks is we start pretty early in the morning. Sometimes it's like 7 or 8 in the morning. And camp will go like all day long. Like we go to bed usually at like 10 or 11 o'clock. But you're just spending all day at the rink. Different camps are sometimes different. Like age groups have been kids from like high school all the way down to youth hockey. So usually
Youth as in like what?
probably like squirts,
Okay.
peewees. So we've been, camps are kind of always different, but the theme for FCA this year was glory. And so with that, we had like different sections that we talked about, like different words for glory. So one of them was like chasing glory, revealed glory, reflecting glory, and then lasting glory. And so each of those 4 words like had different parts that we kind of studied, and different Bible stories to help the kids kind of know what it's like to have glory in their lives, and if they're chasing, the glory from themselves. So that's kind of like giving all the credit to yourself, but we know that we gotta thank the Lord for allowing us to do the things that we get to do and the things we have. So it was a lot of fun. The camps are awesome. Kids are always involved. They're great to be around. Make a lot of memories and get to know the kids really well. Shout out to any of the FCA kids that are watching, if they are. I was able to talk to a couple kids about it and get them to watch, so that was pretty cool to see. But no, it's been really great. I kind of said, before June hit, because all the camps were like June, I was like, June's just gonna go by so fast, and it already has. And like this camp has gone by quick already. But no, it's been a lot of fun, and I really enjoy it. It's something I kind of like to do, is help younger kids just to grow in their faith and grow in hockey. Because again, it's a fun sport that we're lucky that God's been able to allow us to play, and so
yeah, that's great, Coop. I mean, I'm sure the kids love you as a coach. He's a good coach. Going all over the place. How was about going to Virginia? I know today at dinner you mentioned that you met somebody pretty special.
Yeah.
On your trip home, or on your way to Virginia? I forgot. I think it was on your way home, right?
On my way home, yeah.
So tell us about your story, and who'd you meet in the airport?
Yeah, so when I flew to Virginia, it's like I had to do like 4 different stops. So I drove to Fargo, and then it was Fargo to Chicago, Chicago to Charlotte, and then Charlotte to Lynchburg. And when camp got over, I flew from Lynchburg to Charlotte, and I'm in the airport, and just kind of walking around, minding my own business, and I run into Cole Caulfield. No big deal.
No biggie.
Cole is an NHL hockey player for the Montreal Canadiens. Played hockey at the University of Wisconsin in college, and then played on the development team. But he's a smaller player. He's probably like 5'7", 5'8". So he's not the biggest guy in the world. But that's kind of a guy that I've liked to watch and, follow, just because, not being the tallest guy, someone that's doing something at the highest level is really cool to see. And so he's kind of been a inspiration to me, and I just kind of ran into him, and I was like, you know what, I gotta go talk to him and just pick his brain a little bit. So
yeah, you might as well.
Went up to him, and he was on the phone, and I was like, is it all right if I take a picture with you and talk to you? And he put the phone down right away. He told his guy, like, I'll call you back, and we just started talking, and took the picture, and I just kind of said, like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I got some family stuff, playing some golf. And it was just really cool to see, like, a guy like that just go out of his way to kind of talk to me. And I just kind of told him, like, you're an inspiration, and he said you appreciated that, and he told me good luck in the future. So that was really cool, just seeing a guy with playing at the highest level, but just having good character and just being a good guy to hang out with. So it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's cool of him to, like, even though he's on the phone, he hung up just to talk to you.
Yeah.
It's pretty down to earth.
Just random,
cool.
but
yeah, that's a cool story, Coop.
Yeah, no, it was pretty awesome.
I know I had one more question. I'm trying to think of what it was. Oh yeah, how is so obviously you aged out of junior hockey.
Mhm.
So you've made a commitment to go play college somewhere.
Yeah.
Where, and what's going on with that?
So I'm gonna be going to Jamestown, North Dakota to play hockey. I'll leave, be a freshman,
21-year-old
freshman, but get to go there and play college. It's close to home, so that's kind of nice for my family, and I like the area a lot. It's a cool spot. They got a church. It's a Christian school. They got a church on campus, a little chapel, so that's going to be cool to see, just to keep the faith. Helping that, and facilities are awesome, and the coach is really cool, and it's a cool place just to be. I think hunting and fishing is going to be a lot of fun to do that, and I'm just pretty excited. You know, going back to school is going to be a little challenging, but
it's been a minute.
It's been a couple of years, but it'll be fun. You know, I'm going to enjoy it, and just have fun, and that's the biggest thing, and just play the game. So.
Yeah, for sure. That's exciting. Start a new chapter of your life.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to be a little stressed when I have to go to college. I haven't been in school in a couple of years, but yeah, it's just because for those of you that don't really understand that, and for context, like when you're playing junior hockey, like our goal, at least Cooper and I, is to play college hockey, and you can't take like too many college classes, or really any at all. You can't take a semester load because you'll lose your NCAA eligibility.
Yep.
So that's kind of the reasoning behind that. You can't really be enrolled in school.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
it just kind of complicates things, but you know, you only get one chance when you're 18, 19, 20 years old to play junior hockey, so it's like, might as well take the chance, right? So
yeah.
I mean, we're very lucky and blessed to be in there.
And I would say, like, you know, from that, you learn different skills. Like, college is important, but I would say, like, I've learned a lot of life skills, you know, playing juniors and living away from home.
Mm-hmm.
And just, like, too, like, the life lessons you learn from different families. Like, Jack and I have lived in 3 different spots, and that's been really cool, like, to see, you know, and we get to learn things of other people and get taught new skills. So
yeah,
I would say, like, you know, if you have the opportunity, like, take a gap year, go play juniors, or just kind of, you know, figure out life a little bit. Like,
yeah, I would highly recommend.
I mean, people say it, like, there's always time to have a job, you know, in the future, but I would say the biggest thing is kind of live a little, have fun, get to try new experiences. But I mean, we've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it.
Had a great experience with junior hockey and hockey in general. So yeah, I wouldn't change a thing.
Yep.
That's honestly pretty much all I got for you, Coop.
Alrighty.
For your questions. For the quick, brief interview. So, guess what do you got for me?
Alright. So, Mulligan Golfing has been growing.
Yeah, Mulligan's doing pretty good. Something that's exciting is we've got shirts and hats on the way.
I did get a shirt. It's pretty nice.
I hooked Cooper up with a shirt.
You guys are watching this, you should buy some.
Yeah, so they won't be up on the website just yet. I think on around July 1st or so, they're going to be posted. But if you guys want to know or you want the updates, go follow us, or you could just check out our website and they might be up on there. But July 1st is when that's the tentative. It's a game plan to get the clothing dropped on that day. We've got a photo shoot coming up, and then once we get those photos in, we'll post the products on the website. So I'm really excited for that. We've got some nice rope hats and some t-shirts, and then golf balls have been going pretty well with sales. It's just it's hard to keep up. We're sold out right now, so you got to go hunting again, go diving, get some more golf balls for you guys. But yeah, I don't know if any of you watching are customers, but appreciate all the support. For you guys follow us like on Instagram or TikTok or whatever it may be. Yeah, go check out Mulligan Golfing. It's on like all platforms. Kind of plugging my own thing, but
Nothing wrong with
I
it.
guess this is sponsored by Mulligan Golfing. So yeah, go check us out, Mulligan Golfing, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and you can go on our website, get yourself some cheap golf balls. But they're great quality. They're used, but they're cheap.
No, it's awesome. It's fun to have that.
Yeah, it's been fun to just build that. I love business and just building something up, and that's been a fun project and hobby for me, is just working on that. So
so Jack's kind of did something that's kind of been inspiring to me, and I'm glad that he was able to do it. But you got to run a marathon.
yeah,
That ain't easy. That's not easy. But what'd you think of that? Or
yeah, I mean, that was probably the hardest physical thing I've ever done in my life. I mean, running my time was like 4 hours and 9 minutes. So I mean, running for that long can be tough. But yeah, that was a great experience. I ran the Wisconsin Marathon on May 3rd, and yeah, it was a very windy day, very cold. I was not expecting it to be that windy, but I guess it makes some sense being right on the lake. It was in Kenosha, so it was right on Lake Michigan. But yeah, that was a great experience, and I wouldn't change a thing. Shout out to my mom. She refilled my water bottles, and she would get like Go Gels. It's like a BPN product. It's like a energy gel, and it's got like some carbohydrates, and then some of them had caffeine in them. But I would eat those like every 4 miles, and like for those of you that don't know, like a marathon is a 26.2 mile run, so pretty far.
yeah, no, that's cool to see though. I mean, not a lot of people run them, and the fact that you were able to run one and get a good time, and now for you, it's something that you're gonna try to get a better time. And
yeah, I'm definitely seeing myself running another one in the future. I only had 1 month to prepare for that one, so like I'd imagine that give myself some more time to prep, I'd do a lot better with the time. But I mean, I'd love to break 4 hours in the next one. I think I definitely could. Get like a 9-minute PR. I feel like that's definitely possible. So that's something to work towards.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. It's really cool. I mean, it's cool to see, because now that, helps me or can help other people try to reach that goal or try something new. It's always a big thing when you say is you can get better each day with something or trying something new.
Yeah, I think it's incredibly important in your life to just try hard things. Like, you're never going to get good at anything if you don't do something that's hard. Like, and this is something that we were just talking to the kids about at our hockey camp. Like, we were running sprints, and like some of the kids were complaining or their legs hurt or whatever. But I mean, I just told them, like, winning isn't easy, and it's like you're gonna have to go through challenging parts of life to experience the good parts. And I think Romans 8:28 is a great Bible verse for that. I can't quote it exactly off the top of my head, but it's basically like the pain that you're feeling now won't compare to the joy that's coming. That's not the exact wordage, but that's paraphrased, but I believe that's Romans 8:28.
I mean, it's just a thing too, is like kind of the thing we try to help with our campers too, is like when we were doing the workouts, like in the heat of the moment, like it's not the most fun, but like after it, like you feel better. But the thing that's been really cool to see, like our campers, is like helping out their teammates, cheering them on, And that's something again that I've learned is that like we talk about like things get hard, life can be hard, but you know you have your brothers, like you have your friends, your buddies like to call. There's something we kind of talked about with like FCA is like call them like accountability partners. So like what that means is like you hold someone accountable for something. Like you know if Jack's kind of going through something where he's like I don't want to do this, or like if he didn't want to run like another marathon, it'd be like, hey, like you can do it, like you've done it before, you can do it again. Or you know, and Jack can help me out, like if school is kind of tough and I'm not wanting to do it, like he's just kind of like remember like why you're there, you know. So that's the biggest thing too is like there's people in your life that are gonna help you and listen to you, and you don't got to do it alone. I would say like that's the biggest thing is you don't got to go through life alone. You can like help people and people will help you. But
Yeah, definitely.
some good
It's
stuff.
important to have good friends like that along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Family members, friends that
Yep.
are always there to bring you up when you're down, and then also when they're down, you can bring them up. So it's important to have people like that in your life.
Yeah. Even like role models or like we kind of talked about it with like FCA, but like kids can be role models like for adults. Like I can look up to like little kids. Like we had some kids at FCA that I've been through injuries, but some of the kids have been like through a lot worse injuries than I have, and they were still warriors. Like that's the biggest thing is just being a warrior, and it was cool to see. So like for you guys or for people that are watching, like if you're a kid, like you can be a role model like to an adult, and it's like inspiring, and so that's the biggest thing is you can always be a role model for someone or help someone out with anything. But
yeah, guys, write that down. We
yeah.
just dropped a bunch of wisdom.
A lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge, but we didn't really come up with it. It's been stuff that we've learned.
We're just handing the baton.
Oh yeah. But I think the biggest thing that you did this summer so far.
Yeah.
You went on a little vacay.
Mhm.
A little trip. Where'd you go?
Went to Switzerland and Italy, but when you do this, I mean, you're referring to Italy.
I'm referring to Italy.
Yeah, but yeah, that was a great trip. It was a bunch of fun. Shout out Carson, Cade, Sam, and Griffin. I went on a trip with some of my buddies, and it was a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, went to Breens, Switzerland, and then we went to Venice, Italy, and then we went to Rome, Italy. So yeah, great. I guess I could just tell you like some of the highlights, I guess.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I've got a bajillion stories, but I won't bore you guys forever. But yeah, so we went to Breens, which is a smaller. It's like a village on this lake called Lake Breens, and we had an Airbnb overlooking the lake. And in Switzerland, we did a lot of hiking and a lot of swimming in the lake. The lake was beautiful. It was really, really cold. It was glacial water and like glacial runoff. So there's like all these snow-capped mountains around the lake, and it's gorgeous. And the water is like teal blue. It was beautiful. Did some hiking. Yeah, it was awesome in Switzerland. That was honestly Switzerland was probably like I enjoyed that more than Italy, honestly. And then Italy, we went to Venice for a day on our way to Rome. And I will say, if you guys are planning on going to Venice or planning to go to Italy, only go to Venice for like a day. I think it's a great just day trip. Spend the night there for one night, and I think you're good. It's you can walk around the majority of the island just in one day and go see all the cool spots like St. Mark's Square and the Rialto Bridge. Get a gondola ride, and we did like a water taxi ride, which is just like on like a fancy speedboat through the canals, but like a gondola honestly I think might be a little overrated, even though people think it's cool. I guess like if you have a significant other, it'd be kind of romantic, but all the guys on the trip are pretty lonely. Um, yeah, Venice was really cool. Then Rome, went to the Colosseum, saw the Vatican, and it's a Jubilee year, so for the Catholic Church, around every 25 years, it's a Jubilee year, and I was lucky enough to go during one, and at the biggest church in the entire world, the St. Peter's Basilica, there's these doors called the Holy Doors, and they're only open during a Jubilee year, so like every 25 years. So I got to walk through those holy doors, and that was a pretty cool experience. And just seeing like everything in the Vatican, the Sistine Chapel, all that was so cool. Seeing the Colosseum in Rome and the Pantheon, and like there's so many different landmarks in Rome. They were really cool, but yeah, it was a trip of a lifetime. It was really cool. Food was great. Got a lot of pizza and a lot of pasta, but yeah, it was a great experience.
What was probably the best thing you ate when you were there?
The best thing I ate, there was a lot of good stuff.
It's probably a tough question. But
Yeah. I would say like the pizza. I don't even remember the name of the restaurant, but they're all like really hard to pronounce, just like random hole in the wall Italian restaurants. But I got a really, really good pizza. It was a salami pizza, and it was great.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it was really good.
It's probably tough coming back here and eating Italian food, huh?
Yeah, like the day after I got back, we got some, I won't say the name of the restaurant, but from a local restaurant back home in Springfield, well, Rochester. But, yeah, we got some food, some pasta, and I will say it just doesn't compare to Italy at all.
Oh,
But,
man. Oh, that's awesome. How much gelato did you eat? You were there?
So when we were in Rome, we lived right across the street from a gelato place, and I actually only went there twice, but we were there for like 4 days, so it's like kind of a lot for 4 days. And then I got gelato twice in Venice, and we were only there for like a day, but I think I got gelato 4 times, but it was really, really good.
It's worth it there.
Yeah.
That's the real stuff.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. What would you say was like the coolest like thing you saw, or like did you say like St. Peter's was the coolest, or was there something else that was like?
Yeah, it's honestly like a tie. I don't know, the Sistine Chapel, seeing the creation of man by Michelangelo, you know, like the famous painting where there's Adam and his fingers like this, and then God's reaching out with his finger like this, and like the symbolism there is pretty cool. But like seeing that, the Sistine Chapel, that was just like insane. That was breathtaking, and yeah, that was a highlight. And same with like the Colosseum and the Roman Forum, seeing that, and like all the history regarding the Roman Empire is just so intriguing to me and so interesting. That was another highlight. So I have to say like those two, and obviously like St. Peter's is just like crazy. It's so beautiful in there.
No, that's
I
awesome.
just said like 3 things, but I think they're like all a tie.
Yeah.
And there's like a moth in here.
No, that's awesome. I mean, that's just what we've been doing, is making memories and stuff that's gonna be with us for a long time. We actually, shout out to Dan. Dan read us a book that was like a guy that had like balloons, and each balloon is like a memory. And as the story goes, he's like passing it off to like his kid, and then his son like passes it off to his son. So it's like passing off to the grandchildren. But you know, as he gets older, he kind of, those memories fade. But that's kind of the thing, is you know, at the end of the book, it's like this little kid's got a lot of memories from his grandpa, and then his memories will start. But that's stuff that we got to do, is we've been making memories and things that we'll have when we get older, and we'll be able to tell people about. So it's just really cool to see, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. I love making memories.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cool to think that, like, years down the road, hopefully I have grandkids and I could tell them all about it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's just kind of like crazy to think about, honestly. I think that actually like gives me some deja vu, kind of, because remember one of our episodes we were talking about like how our kids might be watching this, or like our grandkids might be watching one of these episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think we said like shout out to them, but
shout out to
we'll say it again.
shout out to my kids out there. Shout out to my future wife.
That's awesome.
That's kind of crazy.
It's crazy, but you know, life happens fast.
If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you might miss it.
Shout out Ferris
Ferris
Bueller.
Bueller's Day Off.
Great movie. Great quote.
That is a good quote. See, I'm not used to all these bugs flying around in the
Yeah.
light, because usually we're out here in the wintertime. But
That's
there's
funny,
like
yeah.
so many moths, and I feel like I've gotten bit a couple times by mosquitoes. But like this whole episode, I've just been itching my legs because I have so many mosquito bites.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's so bad, and I have them like all over my hands.
We've been able to be in Ironwood during the fall, the winter, and now the summer, and
In the spring.
and the spring. Yeah,
Towards the
we
end
got
of
to
the
see
season.
some of the spring a little bit. So it's been cool to see that, and we've been able to get some other work done.
Yeah.
Trying new things, learning new things. That's what we always talk about.
Shout out Greystone Studio. We got to go to a job site and help pour some concrete. I don't know if we were much help, but we were there just kind of standing in our gear looking cool.
Our Greystone decked out gear, but
Yeah.
no, it was awesome. Just seeing, like, shout out to Nate and Levi, just seeing what they do, and it ain't easy, that's for sure. That's something
a lot of
Jack and I
respect.
learned.
That's pouring concrete is not easy, especially all the time it takes to set up, getting the truck there and getting the pump there and scheduling, and I mean, and working with the weather.
We joked, we were like, easiest thing was pouring, and that's what we were doing. But all the other stuff that goes on is a lot harder than we even thought.
There's a lot of prep work.
But it was funny, like, we went and worked, weren't even there for 3 hours, and then ran the camp, and then we get done with the camp, and we're sitting there, and we're like, oh man, they're still out there, like in the middle of the day. So
like a 13-hour day.
Yeah, I mean, it's
crazy.
It's crazy, but to see what they do is awesome, and we were just glad that, you know, we were able to get the opportunity to do it, and
that was cool to see. So thank you. Shout out Nathan and Levi for making that happen and let us come out and try to help.
Shout out to Levi and Kaylin, because they were in Italy.
Yeah, they were in Italy as well, and they gave me a lot of tips and tricks. It's gonna be kind of a one-sided story, but I think it's good that I tell them sorry, because they gave me a lot of recommendations for restaurants, and I wasn't able to go to actually any of them because they went to Venice and Rome, and Levi gave me like a gelato place, and I think a breakfast place and a dinner place, and I tried to corral my friends and get to go to one of them, but it never ended up working out, so I feel bad. But they did give me a lot of tips for the traveling, and that did help a lot. So thank you to Levi and Kaylin. Shout out. I think Levi's probably watching this.
Probably. What was it that, and Kaylin too, maybe. What was it Kaylin said? She was like, if people tell you something, like, you should listen, or...
Yeah, she was like, you'd think that if somebody went all the way to Rome and they went and they had a great dinner, they told you all about it, that you might go there, but I didn't end up going there. I felt bad.
Just
It
one of
was
those.
it was so nice of them to like take time out of their day, and they called me. We were talking for like a really long time actually after their trip. I talked to them for like 2 hours on the phone, and yeah, they're telling me about this place, and then Levi texted me about it while I was in Rome. About I don't even know the name of the restaurant. Is like some Italian name that I probably couldn't even pronounce correctly, but yeah, he was telling me about that, and it was like the best gnocchi, which is a type of pasta that he's ever had. And yeah, I wish I would have went. I guess it's just an excuse to go back to Rome.
Exactly.
So
You just gotta go back. No, that's awesome. I don't know what else we got on
I feel like
the
we've
docket. I
kind of
think
covered
we've
everything. You know, we've
everything.
got our. I don't know if you guys could see that, but a moth flew like
Flew by.
almost right in front of the camera. But what should we get into our ranking or what?
We should get into the ranking.
I think we'll need your phone for the ranking just because. So we're ranking Bearable protein bars, and if you guys aren't familiar, we brought some. So we're gonna have like 2 taste tests in this episode, and I would say they're probably the best protein bars. But we would need our phone, or need Cooper's phone because I'm filming on my phone, and just to look at all the different flavors that Bearable has, because I've had just about all of them, all of the ones that are available like in stores at Walmart. But yeah, they've been great for post-workout, just on the go protein bar. They're great.
It was something that, you know, living with Jack, we would be hanging out together all the time, and went to Walmart, and Jack's like, "Oh, dude, you gotta try like these Bearable protein bars. Like they're legit." And I was kind of like,
So you guys can get like an idea.
I was kind of
What we're talking
hesitant,
about.
you know. But
This is what they are.
Jack was like they're not bad. They don't disappoint, and
Good macros too. Like
yeah,
this bar is 20 grams, 210 calories, which is a pretty good ratio. It's about 10 to 1. So for like calories to protein, 7 grams of fat, 21 grams of carbohydrates, 0 grams of added sugar. Yeah, it's good.
but it was one of those things where like you gotta try these, and it goes back to that listen because other people have done it. But I had some, and like after that, I was getting them a lot with Jack when we would go. And then when I went back home, I think I bought like 4 like big boxes, like a whole pack. And then the fam loved them or loves
Where
them.
did you get the big boxes? I'm kind of curious.
I ordered them from Bear
Oh, you
Bells.
got them on the website?
Got them on the website. And then when you get them, like when you get a package, they'll send you like the caramel ones. They're like little yellow, like caramel ones.
I didn't even know this.
You didn't know this?
No,
Oh.
keep going.
So, like if you buy, you like get them, like I don't know if it's maybe your first time, like getting Bear Bells or however it works, but
If you like spend a certain amount of money, then
yeah, or like a
let 'em
certain
know.
amount of money, but it's like it's like just caramel, and they're
But
little.
it's
They're
still-
not like,
It's still protein.
yeah, they're not this size, but they're like skinny Bear Bell ones, but it's just caramel.
Oh, I think I've had something similar. They call them
Like-
like the softs.
Yeah,
Or
the,
like
the chewy or the soft Bear
Yeah.
Bells. But so got like a free box, but my family like loves them, and then my mom bought like a whole bunch of boxes, so which is kind of nice because now I can have them when I'm home. But I brought a box with me from home, so that's what
they're
Jack and I
so
are eating.
good.
But
This might even be the best flavor too.
it might be.
Cookies and caramel, or caramel, whatever you
Mhm.
think.
But no, they're good. So, but yeah, some of the flavors we got: Bear Bells Wild Cherry. I haven't tried.
I haven't
that.
tried the wild cherry. We won't include any that we haven't had.
Cookies and cream.
Oh my gosh, there's a lot that I haven't had actually.
Bearbells or chocolate dough. I've
Chocolate dough is pretty good.
had cookies and caramel,
Crispy. What's that one called?
crispy crisp,
I don't know. It's not crispy crisp.
or creamy crisp.
Creamy crisp.
Creamy crisp. Cashew, caramel cashew.
Caramel cashew. That one's good.
We've had that.
Salted peanut. That one's good.
Yep, salted peanut. Birthday cake. Yeah, we'll get into the ranking. I think that's all.
That's all that I've had.
But they got like white chocolate almond.
These are ones we haven't had. White
Ones
chocolate.
we haven't had. Key lime pie.
Key lime sounds so good.
Peanut butter.
Sounds really good too. And the cherry.
Yeah,
And
they
I know
got.
there's even more than that. They have like pumpkin pie ones. Like there's a bunch that they make that are some of them are like limited time.
Yeah,
Yeah. I definitely need to get on the website and like try all the ones I haven't had.
yeah. Like they got. If you look at the soft ones. Yeah. So caramel choco. That's the one that they give you like for free
I actually might have had that
if you
one.
buy a box. I got that in the store
nougat
one time.
one,
They got marshmallow peanut road.
that's not on there.
These are all like the soft ones. Salted peanut caramel, banana caramel. Oh, that sounds
so
really
good.
good. Minty chocolate.
Sounds good too.
They're pretty legit.
Dude, you guys have to try these. And Bearbell, if you're watching, there's no way you are. You have to sponsor us. Like we just gave you guys like a 5-minute shout out, and like it's still rolling because we're about to rank all your flavors too. So like,
And for those letting you know, they have plant based, which I didn't see that.
oh yeah, the green one, that one.
Vegan
Sorry.
caramel peanut,
Yeah, the green one right there. I had that. I
hazelnut.
got it
oh,
at Trader
yep.
Joe's. Hazelnut. That's it.
Vegan fudge, brownie, and then vegan caramel chocolate chip. So, pretty legit. You can get variety pack. They're awesome. But yeah, for ranking,
Okay.
ones that I've had, we kind of talked about them.
I think like the creamy crisp, the blue one is like a good 5.
That's a good 5, yeah.
Creamy crisp. It's blue.
It's like a light blue.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm thinking like this one, and the caramel cashew are like top 2 for me, honestly.
okay, so I
Oh,
haven't
gotcha.
had the caramel cashew.
That's like their OG one. Like, come on,
Well, I gotta try it. That's the problem.
what about the cookies and cream? That one's good.
Cookies and so
I'd
that's
say,
like my number 2
that's you're not, okay.
from what I had, like what I've
Okay, I
tried.
respect that.
I've tried birthday cake. Birthday cake
no.
is like I wouldn't get a box, like a big box of birthday cake. Like if someone had like birthday cake, I would eat it.
Yeah, it's like I don't think it cracks top 5, but it's definitely
not top 5.
It's definitely an
but
honorable mention.
It's an honorable
Yeah,
mention.
and it has, unfortunately, it does have artificial coloring. Like, come on, people,
Yeah.
you don't have to have the sprinkles for it to taste like a birthday cake. But
No.
that's just my thought. I'm not a big fan of artificial coloring.
Actually,
Can't tell.
chocolate dough is actually probably my number 2. If I were to really think about it.
Dude, I
Chocolate
don't
dough is
know.
pretty good.
Chocolate dough, and there's salted peanut. I don't think that cracks top 5 for me.
So 5 we had
I think
Creamy-
4.
creamy crisp.
Yeah, 4.
You think 4 would be cookie dough? The chocolate dough?
Yeah, 4 is like a chocolate dough, I think.
We'll go 4
And
with
I'm
chocolate
thinking
dough.
3
Cookies and cream.
cookies and cream. If you're good with that,
I'm
you
good
know.
with that. I haven't had, because I haven't had the
Yeah,
cashew.
The
one.
cashew one is good. That's 2.
And then,
I think this one's 1. The one that we're eating right now
One that
is
we're
number
eating.
1.
so
So-
for you guys, write this down. Take a picture if you have to.
Cookies and caramel. Let's get the here, Coop. Let's smile and let's get like a thumbnail here. So you guys are gonna get some behind the scenes here. Let's get like a cheese. Alrighty, that's the thumbnail right there.
Mm.
Okay. You might want to eat over this just
Yeah,
because
true. They
they're
kind of.
kind of crumbly. Here, you can open her up first. So to say our list again, we got the creamy crisp at 5. 4 is chocolate dough. It's another moth. 3 is the cookies and cream. 2 is caramel cashew or cashew caramel. Forgot the way that it is. And then obviously number 1 is cookies and caramel.
But they all kind of have like
These crunchy bits. on 'em.
crunchy bits on them. Just make it taste that much better.
Good texture. Alrighty, cheers, Scoop.
Cheers.
So good.
I had these things in the fridge.
Mm-hmm.
I think it makes it that much better.
If
Almost.
they're cold.
If they're cold, like I've been liking them cold now.
This is like the perfect mix of like the caramel and the cookies and cream. Like, it's so good. I mean, this is a 10 out of 10. And you got the protein. 10 out of 10 for the taste test for me.
This reminds me of like Caddyshack. When the guy drops the Babe Ruth in the pool.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, watch Caddyshack. If you have seen it, you get what I'm saying.
That's funny.
I'm not gonna spoil anything. So good. Like, really good after a workout.
Mm-hmm.
Like, have this sitting ready to go.
Guys, if you like work out and you like getting protein in, like there's no way you haven't heard of these. Like, you need to go to Walmart right now and get them. They're so good. I would have one
Get them online.
after practice, like every day. Only bad thing is they're like kind of expensive, but if you buy them bulk, they're not as much.
Mm-hmm. I think for 4 like big boxes, it was like $100.
But you get like.
But it lasts for me like you eat one a day, you're chilling.
How many come in a big box?
I want to say like more than 18 or maybe 18.
Yeah, Bearbell,
Like a roll,
please
like a roll of
sponsor us.
9, and then another roll of 9, 18.
Sponsor us so we don't have to spend so much money on your protein bars. And we probably got you guys like so many sales too. Imagine how many people saw this video and they're like, man, I need to get a Bearbell protein bar. And I've put so many people onto these. I put Coop onto them. Look, he spent $100 on your website. I can think of so many other people that I've shown them these and they're like, dang, those are good. And I was the reason. Like, I'm a great salesman. Bearbell, you can contact me. I'll just DM me on Instagram, okay?
We'll be ambassadors.
Mm-hmm.
If you need a hat to be worn, I can wear a hat for you. Modeling, hockey player,
Mm-hmm.
model, absolute beauticians. So many things. Put that on my resume.
Mm-hmm. I've modeled for 3 businesses. You've modeled for 2 that I know of.
Yeah,
That's for basically
2
models.
or 3. Well, like ambassador. Shout out to Nails.
What's your code?
C. Malkowski, 10, I think.
For what, 10% off?
Yeah, it's like 10% off.
And then what's the one for whole strength?
I think it's C. Malkowski.
You guys heard the man. Go use his code.
Mm-hmm. Legit. Clothing's good.
Too legit to quit.
And it's a good reminder.
Mm-hmm.
Give it all to the Lord.
Just like we were talking about glory,
Mm-hmm.
glorifying him in all that we do.
Yup. God is good. All the time.
That's a great prayer.
All the time.
Say
God
in the
is good.
morning, before you do whatever it is that you do, you go to work, go to school. Like, ask God, like, how can I glorify you today?
I think like one of the best things I've heard was when Kobe Bryant said like, God is great. And the guy's like, is it that simple? He's like, yep.
Yeah.
God's great.
Simple and blunt.
Write that down.
Write that down.
But
I think that
I think that covers it.
that covers the episode. That's it, guys.
It's tough. Like, we said goodbye last episode, but I don't.
Yeah.
You know what, Jeannie? Shout out Jeannie. Jeannie taught me this. There's something in like Finnish. I won't be able to remember the word, so Jeannie will have to tell it to me later. But Jeannie told me it's not goodbye, it's see you later,
Mm-hmm.
and that's like can be used for anything.
That describes Tub Talk,
But that
where
like
it's at right now. Perfectly.
exactly. But that hit me like it was just good to hear, because it's like it's never goodbye. It's always you'll see him later
Mm-hmm.
in this life or in heaven. So, with that being said, we'll see you guys later.
Scrub a dub dub.
See you next time in the tub.
See you guys. Thanks for watching.
See ya.